Just a few years ago, I was barely making 1K a month. And in the last 20 days, I've made north of 163K trading. And here's the crazy part. Every single trade was recorded live. Like, you can literally watch me enter and exit each position in real time on my second channel, Bread Trades. And in this video, I'm breaking down the exact trades that made it happen so you can see what's actually possible when you follow a proven system. Now, before we dive into the strategy, just know that I don't sell sickness. In fact, I'm not here to sell you anything. I've made enough money from trading that my kids are set for life. So I decided to give away my full market mechanics course completely free. This is a 13-hour-long in-depth training that walks you through the exact strategy that I personally use to go from trading $100 accounts to consistent 6-figure months. I talk about market structure, liquidity concepts, entries, risk management, and even trading psychology. Nothing held back whatsoever. So if you're serious about mastering this game, hit the first link in the description. Now, let's dive straight into the trades. Okay, so we just hit take profit. As you can see right here, 30K in the bag from one trade. And it paid for my entire London trip itself. Flights, hotel, food, everything covered in just one trade. And the real flex is that I did not over leverage. I did not gamble. I followed my system, risked 1% per trade, stayed disciplined, and just let the setup play out. That's really the power of trading with rules, not emotions. Alright, you sodden brokies. Your boy is back from London, innit? So, we're here in the markets again, ready to get another 6-figure month. It was a well-deserved break, not gonna lie, but it feels good to be back, man. It feels good to be sitting in front of my studio display monitor and just be analyzing the charts, just looking at how beautiful my girlfriend is. Anyways, let's jump down to EURUSD, right? So over here you can see we have saw that the bearish order flow on the lower time frames has pretty much shifted bearish, right? You can see a market shift right now. So I'm just waiting for price to pull back to this flip zone right here, right? You can see this supply caused this demand to fail. So this is where we know that supply is stepping into the market to cause price to go down even further. So if I go down to the 1 minute time frame, gonna be scalping this one right here, not gonna let it get away. You can see that this flip zone actually swept liquidity, right? You can see there was a failed reaction right here. Price came up there, swept liquidity before price goes down, right? So this clearly indicates some form of institutional movement, right? So right now, all I'm waiting to do is just wait for price to pull back to this flip zone that swept liquidity. And I'm also looking for price to sweep some available liquidity above this swing high here as well. Once that actually happens, then that is where I'll make my entry and then I'll take profit at the next 15-minute demand as usual, right? So, patience is the name of the game. Just gotta be waiting right now and just not doing anything. You can see right here, price is like starting to go down. I'm not getting FOMO whatsoever because this is not the price that I want to actually enter at. I want to trade with precision. I want to enter at the best timing possible. Alright, so quick little update. We haven't actually got tapped into the trade yet. Price made a huge move to the downside. But honestly, I don't think that price is going to go down anymore because I just feel like it did not swap any form of liquidity whatsoever, right? If you look at this, it didn't swap any liquidity, right? It just did this and it just started dumping. So this is most likely just an inducement, right? I think this is so that we can induce the retail traders to enter for a sell early just to build up some liquidity above these highs right here, which will be swept soon before the real move actually happens, right? So that's pretty much how I feel. Remember, the market needs some form of liquidity, needs some form of strong liquidation before the real move can actually happen. Right now, it just doesn't have that fuel, right? I just know for a fact that my patience will pay off in the end. So yeah, for now, we just continue, wait for price to come up into this zone right here. And then we can look for our entry. Okay, so quick little update on the trade. After what feels like goddamn forever, we finally got tapped into the trade, right? So in this case, we actually did not enter for a sell when price mitigated this point of interest here because price just blasted right through it, right? So what happened was that price went up, tapped into this extreme zone, swept the available liquidity above this swing high right here, above this inducement. So once that actually happened, pretty much look for my liquidation candle, which is this candle itself, right? This is the 15-minute candlestick that swept liquidity, waited for that to close, and then we place our sell stop order right below the liquidation candle itself. So finally got time to trade, right? So this is a pretty nice trade because what happened was that we got price mitigating our extreme point of interest, right? The last line of defense where we know that there was a bunch of supply stepping into the market. We also got price sweeping this 5-minute inducement that we have up here, right? This little swing high right here, this failed reaction. And on top of that, we also got a market shift right here, right? Which pretty much validated that the internal order flow is already bearish. So you can see I pretty much waited for multiple confluences before I actually look for the trade itself, right? So yeah, just enter over here, place my stop loss above the flip zone itself, right? Above this point of interest, which doesn't really make sense now that I think about it, because I probably want to place it above this swing high right here. You know what, let me just go ahead and move that above that swing high. Yeah, or rather above this liquidation candle itself. Alright, so yeah, this would pretty much be how I actually manage the trade itself, right? Just set and forget, because honestly, based on my experience alone, I've probably taken about 1,000 trades by now and spent about 10,000 hours trying to master the skill set of trading. Set and forget is genuinely the best way to go about managing a trade. Trust me, I've tried taking partial profits, I've tried trading stop loss. Bro, end of the day, man, set and forget is the one that really allowed me to be the most profitable. And once again, just to remind you guys, right, in my playbook, there's a rule that says that I must have some form of strong liquidation before I actually enter for the trade itself. That is why over here, there was no strong liquidation whatsoever, right? Price was just continuously creating higher highs, high lows. Internal order flow was still bullish and was still making that pullback. And then once price came out to this zone right here, then it swept this liquidity. We got a strong liquidation right here. Then we finally make our entry, right? So once again, no liquidity sweep, no entry. That is why I didn't enter for a sell here or here whatsoever, because over here, once again, look at this. That was just creating lower high, lower lows, right? Normal price action shit. No strong liquidation whatsoever. So the keyword for today is strong liquidation. And yeah, now after the strong liquidation, volume is on our side, momentum is on our side. You can see lots more of supply is stepping into the market right now. And if I want to refine my stop loss, right, make it a little bit tighter, make my entry a little bit better, I will potentially move my stop loss above this high right here, above this fractal lower high right here. And then just place my take profit right there. Right, but because of the fact that this is like a set and forget trade, I'm just gonna leave the stop loss as it is right here until we create some form of internal structure. Then I'll start like even considering about moving it. Yo, feels good to be back, man. Genuinely, it feels so good to be back in the markets, bro. Feels so good to be back winning. Like sometimes you just gotta take your mind off things in order to come back to the markets with a clear and focused mind. This is why I don't recommend you guys trading 24/7, 7 days a week, because you're just gonna burn out and then you're just gonna start getting analysis paralysis. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. I used to literally stare at the charts from morning until the time that I go to bed, right? And sometimes I would like just continue staring at the charts until like fucking 2 a.m. and just not sleep at all. And I end up waking the next day groggy, and I fail to see what the market is actually showing me. What's the objective of price? And I just end up losing even more money. So please, for the love of God, prioritize sleep, prioritize your mental health, because the market is a reflection of you. For real, you must understand that you don't have a trading problem. You most likely have a you problem. Most traders think that they are battling the charts or battling smart money going against hedge funds. But the truth is, the charts are just a mirror. They reflect back your discipline, your patience, your fears, and your ego. If you are emotional and impulsive in life, you're gonna be impulsive in trades. If you are always seeking shortcuts, searching for instant gratification, you will keep on hopping from one strategy to another strategy, hoping to find the holy grail. And most importantly, if you lack emotional control, the market will expose that in seconds. Because every blown account, every revenge trade, every missed setup, it's never about the strategy. It's always about you. Your mindset, your habits, your self-awareness. And the truth is, you don't need another trading strategy. You don't need to join a signal group. You just need to confront yourself. And that's the most difficult thing to do. But trust me when I say that the hardest path, the path with the most resistance, is always going to be the path that you need to take in order to succeed in life. or in trading. Because once you master you develop your mental edge, trading becomes ridiculously simple. It's all about just executing your strategy to the best of your ability every single day and just following literally a set of simple rules. That's why I always say that trading is simple, but it's not easy because you need to master you. And mastering you is generally the most difficult part about trading. Yo, what? I was literally away from my computer for like 5 minutes. And a lot of you guys always ask me what happens when price is near take profit but it starts reversing just like this. My advice is test out based on data, right? Because sometimes what happens is that if you take profit early, right? Like for example, price reverse over here and you end up taking profit right here. Now your risk to reward is ruined, right? So instead of 1:2 risk to reward, you're taking profit right here. So that becomes like a 1:7 risk to reward. And if you're constantly taking profits early, but your losses are always 1%, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to be consistently profitable. Simply because your actions are not consistent, right? So what I personally do is that I just let it run, right? I just let it run all the way down to my take profit. But once again, like I said, the only reason why I can do that is because I have data that prove that my take profit is usually right. Not all the time, but it's usually right. So this is just a matter of, me trusting my edge. I truly have confidence in my edge. Like I've done the preparation, the research, the analysis. I've placed my take profit at the right place. Why would I move it just because, the market is showing some form of pullback? Okay, so we just hit take profit. As you can see right here, 30K in the bag from one trade. And it paid for my entire London trip itself. Flights, hotel, food, everything covered in just one trade. And the real flex is that I did not over leverage. I did not gamble. I followed my system, risked 1% per trade, stayed disciplined, and just let the setup play out. That's really the power of trading with rules, not emotions. Honestly, guys, I could have take profit much more faster. Like I was literally 1 pip away from my take profit and price started reversing last night. And this is when, you start to get this dilemma of whether to take profit because price is reversing near your take profit or should you just let it run. Because if you did take profit, I would have made 29K last night. But then I let it run, so I make that extra 1K or so if my math adds up today, right? And you must ask yourself, is that really worth it? And that is when my best advice is do not let emotions rob you of your edge. If price reverse a few pips away from your take profit, do not panic, right? Because your job as a trader is not to predict what price does perfectly every single time. It's to execute consistently. And if you keep closing a trade early out of fear, you're not trading a system. You are genuinely just trading with your emotions. So my best advice is stick to the plan and just let the data play out. Right? Find out which management method works the best for you, right? Whether, it's much more better or much more profitable for you to take profit early when price starts reversing against you, or just let price do its thing and just always take profit once price hit the desired price that you should be getting out of, right? So once again, gather sufficient data, test this out, and then just refine your edge from there. That's generally how you build long-term consistency. All right, people, we are in the trade right now. So it looks like price is flirting with my stop loss right now, whatever. Detached as hell. I'm calm, I'm collected, I'm zen AF, as usual. At least that's what I think. Anyways, what we have right here was that price pulling back to this good old demand zone that we have right here, right? And then it swept some liquidity, right? So it swept some liquidity and then it led to a fractal market shift that we have right here, which signaled to us that this pullback is over. So all I did is to mark 2 boxes. I marked up my supply right there, marked up my flip zone, right? You can see it right here at this fractal pullback that we have right here. This failed reaction was formed. And then I just waited for price to pull back to this flip zone. And I entered after it swept the available liquidity below this low that we have down here, right? So this was the liquidation candle. Just placed my buy stop order right above it. Just recently got tapped into the trade. So now let's see how it goes, baby. I'm back, baby. Feels good to be back. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna be targeting. Let's not get greedy, yeah, because we know how that turned out, right? I'm potentially just gonna be targeting like this next 5-minute supply up here, right? So this would be a 1:4.85. You know, if I want, right, I could literally shoot for the moon right now. I do think price is gonna go up even higher into this higher time frame supply zone before price will continue to lower. So if I want, I can go for like fucking 1:10. Should I go for 1:10, right? Just get a home run. And then I will just stop trading for the rest of the year. Bro, just think about it. If I win a 1:10 hour trade, I make 100k on that trade. Is it 100k? Yep, that's 100k. It's been so long since I make 100k on one trade. Yeah, so if I do make 100k on one trade, I think I'm good for the year, bro. All right, you know what? Let's just be conservative when it comes to TP. And I just set it at like right here, 1:3.5R. 1:3.4R, that's good for me. Let me just set the TP at 1.1222222. Yeah, right now, judging by the current price section, we're gonna hit TP, baby. I'm so goddamn confident. But with that said, there's a difference between being confident and being certain, right? Right now, I'm confident the trade will play out and I'm gonna trust my edge. But at the same time, you must understand that, like I always say, it's a game of probabilities. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop looking for certainty in trading. The truth is, there's no such thing in the markets. You're never ever gonna have 100% confirmation. All the stars in the universe is never gonna align for you to actually execute that trade. You're never gonna have a setup that guarantees that it's gonna hit take profit. And the second you try to force that level of control, just understand that you will start hesitating, you will start second guessing, and you will start sabotaging your own trading system. And what separates professional traders who are consistently profitable from everyone else is that they have made peace with uncertainty. They know that they can lose this trade and it won't shake them whatsoever. It's not going to affect their confidence, it's not going to affect their edge. The reason is because they have data that actually prove their trading strategy works. As a result, they trust their edge, not the outcome. You will not grow if you win every single trade. You will only grow when you execute your trade plan flawlessly, whether you win or you lose. So right now, I'm in this buy position on EURUSD and I'm down like 5k at the moment and I don't know whether it's gonna hit TP or not. But I'm okay with that because I know that my job as a professional trader is to execute my edge, not to predict the future because that can't be done. It's to focus on things that I can control. Look at what happened. We literally just got stopped out. We just lost $10,000 on this one trade itself. But I'm not phased whatsoever because my trade plan says that I can attack a point of interest twice, right? So in this case, since this point of interest failed the first time round, right, it means that, you know what, there was insufficient liquidity for price to go up. So it later came down there and swept the available liquidity below this low here as well, right? So now it swept both of these lows. And this is where we could potentially get a giant liquidity sweep. So this becomes my new liquidation candle. And now I'm potentially looking for longs, right? I'm going to be placing another buy stop order right above this liquidation candle itself. And then hopefully I get them to the trade. There we go. So now I finally got a confirmation that, you know, price has liquidated this low right here. And this is where I'm going to be entering for another long position right here and place my stop loss now below this low right here that is protected. And that is where I'm going to be placing my take profit at the same exact area right here. You can see we were literally down 10k over here, right? But I wasn't panicking. I wasn't, you know, like fucking FOMOing whatsoever. I just reevaluate the trade ideal, and if it's still valid, then I'm gonna execute again, right? Because that's what my trade plan states. Okay, so right now, since this is the protected low, this is where I'm placing my stop loss, right? Below this protected low, which swept available liquidity. So if price later on do come down there and stop me out, then guess what? I'm done trading for the day. I took one loss, I took two loss. There goes my two bullets. I'm not trading anymore. Right, so that's really how you should be with your trading. You just gotta be very, very tactical. So I've been studying the Stoic philosophy for the past 4 years or so. And the Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, they believe that peace comes when you stop trying to control what you can't. Seneca said that a wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. That applies perfectly to trading. Like right now, looking at price going to my take profit. I don't control the market. I know for a fact that I don't control price, right? I can't control whether price is going to hit my TP or my stop loss. But what is within my control, what I can control, is how I show up to the markets every single day. I can control how much risk am I putting on to the trade itself. I can control my execution. I can control whether or not to take that trade, right? And that ties into, waiting for your trading opportunity to show up in the markets itself. Like right now, if this trade hit my take profit and I make about 26k, 30k, cool, right? Amazing. But if it doesn't work out, I still won because I stayed disciplined and I stick to my plan. At the end of the day, man, just gotta understand that the outcome is external, but discipline, that's internal. And that's where true consistency comes from. That's why Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Because you must understand that in trading, your power lies in your process, your edge. It doesn't lie in the results. And that simply means showing up with the same composure whether you win 5R or you hit your stop loss. And another Stoic philosopher, I believe it was Marcus Aurelius, who said that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That's what 95% of traders miss. They try to force certainty. They react to every single candle. They get emotional over one outcome. But the real edge isn't in your strategy. It's in your ability to stay unfazed by the randomness of the market. And ironically, when you stop chasing outcomes, stop chasing money, the outcome actually improves. You actually make more money as a byproduct of actually focusing on the process. Because when you start doing that, like I said, you are no longer trading emotionally. You are trading from a logical standpoint and you are trading with a clear and detached mind. And that's all that matters in trading. Bro, you can see right now price is like pulling back right now, right? And I know exactly where price is gonna pull back to because I understand liquidity. Like just look at this shit. You can see right here, this area here. Price is potentially gonna pull back to this area right here. Once again, this is institutional demand, right? How do I know that this is institutional demand? Because it led to a break of structure to the upside that we have right here. And then, guess what? It also swept available liquidity from this low right here, right? So we know that this is the first time institutions actually step foot into the market. And then right now, price is potentially pulling back to this point of interest, right? So that they can scale in technically and just go in for like more buy orders. And then that is where you can see them move to the upside again, right? And the reason why price is pushing down right here is because if you look towards the left hand side, we have a supply right here, right? So yeah, this is just the natural ebbs and flows of the market. Like I said, you just gotta be calm, you just gotta be fearless, you just gotta be zen, right? In conditions just like this. Well, I guess the market is really testing me. So I got stopped out of this trade. We lost about $20,000 today. God damn it. Was this the outcome that I wanted? Of course not. Nobody likes losing, right? But like I said, it doesn't shake me because I didn't take a bad trade. I took a valid trade. I followed my system. I executed my edge. And the result, it was never in my control. So with that said, I'm going to eat the loss. I'm going to go and journal it. I'm going to reflect on it. And I'm going to move on from this trade because like I said, one trade doesn't define me. Right, so today, this was my test, and I think I passed, even though it hurt losing fucking $20,000. Losing 21k on a trade, it sucks. Losing 21k in front of thousands of people and owning it up, it sucks even more. But that's the thing about me, like I've always been extremely honest and transparent when it comes to my trading record. Like if you literally sort my videos out by the oldest, you will see 3 years ago, I literally documented every single win and loss, even though I was trading like $1,000 account back then. That's who I am, right? I will never ever sugarcoat how trading actually is. I think that you guys have this wrong perception about losses. I believe that when you are watching this part, you are thinking, oh my god, Brad is such a bad trader. He literally just lost 2 trades in a row. His trading strategy sucks. But that's the wrong mindset to have. Because the thing about losses is that it's part of the game. It's a variance. What I mean by that is that if you have a proven edge, every loss just brings you much closer to a win. Right, just because I have a 60% win rate does not necessarily means that I'm gonna win the next 6 trades and I'm gonna lose the other 4. No, it's random, and that's one thing that most big traders don't understand, or rather they do understand but they don't fully embrace it. Trading is like sports. In sports, there are good seasons and then there are bad seasons. Good seasons are those seasons where you are locked in, you are focused, you are dialed in, so you land every single shot that you take, you win every single game. And then bad seasons are those seasons where, you have done everything you can to actually succeed, right? You work hard, you show up every single day, but you still lose because of some factors that were outside of your control. And it's the exact same thing with trading. There's gonna be good days and there's gonna be bad days. On good days, you want to make sure that you're doubling down on what's actually working. Like if you're winning a trade, you want to make sure that you scale in so you can make even more money. And on bad days where it seems like nothing is working out well for you, like you are following your trade plan to a T but you keep on getting stopped out over and over again, it could be because the market conditions are random or because you are not performing at your peak today because you had like a bad night's sleep or something. On those days, you want to make sure that you actually take a step back and reevaluate the entire market to see whether your trade idea is still correct or not. If it is, continue to execute your trade plan. If it's not, just take a break from trading and move on to the next trade ideal when you can come back with a much more clearer and focused mind. That's just trading. Losses are business expenses. So when you see my videos or when you see your own trading performance and you see that you have lost 1 or 2 trades in a row or even 5 or 10 trades in a row, just know that it is gonna bring you much closer to a win if you have a proven trading strategy. Get that through that thick skull of yours, alright? Now let's move on to the next trade, which is gonna shock you because we bounced back from the L. Right now we're up about 46k. 46k, guys. Yesterday we were down 20k and I was about to quit trading. Just kidding. If you decide to be rich today, who's gonna stop you? If you want to be profitable today, who's gonna stop you, buddy? Nobody. Nobody. If you decide to be strong today, who's gonna stop you? Nobody, champ. So go out there and be an absolute machine. Yesterday, we lost $21,000. Today, we shopped to the markets just like nothing happened. So nothing has changed. The goal haven't changed. I'm still trying to make 6 figures a month. The plan hasn't changed. The losses doesn't affect my edge. All I gotta do is to shop and do my own thing. So over here, on the market itself, on EURUSD, our best friend, what happened is that we are part of this supply chain right now. Here's what I mean when I say supply chain. If you look on the left-hand side right here, we got a supply zone being formed that led to a sharp down move, right? And where did price pull back to? Price pull back to the 50% level of this previous supply zone, mitigate it, fill up the remaining sell orders, and then continue going down. And then, where did this price pull back to? It pulled back to this supply zone right here, reacted from it, and just continue going down. So you can see, it's literally part of this supply chain reaction that we have going on here. So now price has pulled back to my latest supply zone that is part of this chain. So I'm expecting to look for a sell right now. So right now, I'm waiting to get them to the trade. Actually, no. I just got them to the trade. Jesus. Okay, so what happened is that I actually placed my sell stop order over here, right below the liquidation candle. Because if you look towards the left-hand side, what do we have over here? We got available liquidity sitting above these highs right here. Above these highs, that got taken out. And then later on, price came up here as well. And then it swept the available liquidity above this high here. And now we potentially can get the institutional movement to push price down and just continue this supply chain reaction that we have going on right here, the internal bearish order flow, right? So yeah, right now I just got them to the trade. My stop loss is, as usual, just placing it above the liquidation candle itself. Gonna target like this 15-minute supply that we have, 15-minute demand that we have down here. Once again, guys, nothing has changed, just showed up, just gotta continue executing my plan. Whether I lose or whether I win, that's all I gotta do. Okay, so right now we're still in a little bit of a drawdown right now at the moment. Okay, let's take a look at the lower time frames, what's actually going on here. Right, so you can see there's a lot of chop right here. But after we got the liquidation from this high right there, liquidation about it might be my favorite word right now. Then price actually went up there to mitigate this supply right here. You can see this is the extreme supply that swept liquidity, right? So this is a strong protected high. So price tapped into that, and then price started shifting to the downside right now. So all we are waiting for right now is for some form of like fractal market shift to confirm to us that, price is indeed shifting bearish and we're about to dump heavy. We about to print. That's all I'm gonna say. We are about to print. Bro, when it rains, it pours. That's all I'm gonna tell you, right? When it rains, it pours. When shit goes down, and it's not really gonna go down, man. Oh, bro, I don't know, bro. I would have taken that trade. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, man? You see that golden play button right there? Do you know how I got it? I got it by being consistent, my friend. I didn't got it by being lazy. Like, do you genuinely grasp how difficult it is for me to post a YouTube video every weekend while being in the military for the past 2 years? And have you guys ever wondered why do I do it? Like, why does the Trading Geek post an educational video every single Saturday, even though he's tired from his jungle training, even though he doesn't feel like it? There's so many times where I genuinely felt like quitting YouTube, bro. Like, imagine this, Monday to Friday, you are training in camp, you are carrying your goddamn machine gun, you are doing hard, physical, intense training. And on weekends, you just want to chill. You want to chill with your boys are chilling, your boys are playing video games and chatting about girls and clubbing on a Friday night. But you have no choice but to go back home and record the fucking YouTube video for your fans. Like, do you know why I do it? It's because of you guys. It's genuinely because of you guys. I didn't do it so that I can make money from YouTube, because whatever money I make from YouTube, I pay to my editors. I didn't do it so that I can get famous, because I don't like being famous. I like to be private and have like a silent life. I do it for you guys. That's exactly why I'm still posting videos right now, even though I'm good. Like, my kids are good. I don't have to be doing this shit anymore. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I heard this story about Kobe Bryant before he died. So Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players, he played through pain, injuries, and exhaustion. And everybody knew that. But nobody really knew like the reason behind why he does what he does. So one day, his wife, in a private conversation, asked him that, right? Okay, why do you do it? Why do you play even though your ankle hurts? And Kobe replied that he knew that someone in the audience had saved up for months to come watch him play. Maybe it was their first and only time seeing him live. And he just didn't want to let that person down. And that's really how he played through injury. It was not because he wanted the ring more or the championship more. It was that I want to be there for the fans who show up for me. And when I heard about what Kobe did, it really enlightened me. I realized that, like I said, I wasn't doing this so that I could get famous or so that I can make money from YouTube. It's genuinely because I love what I do and I want to show up to people who have been there for me since day one. I want to help you guys to actually become profitable traders, because I was in your exact position, looking up on like another YouTuber and praying that one day he will be my mentor. So right now, I want to be that mentor for you guys. I want to do that for completely free. And that's really been my higher purpose for the past 3 years since I started doing this. It genuinely doesn't matter how I feel. I don't need motivation. I don't need inspiration. I don't need passion. I'm just gonna do the thing that I do best and just do my best to provide as much value as humanly possible to you. That's really been the mission of the Trading Geek. Because like for the past few days, I've been in this quarter life crisis, thinking about who I am as an individual. Then now I finally realize who I am and who I want to be. Alright, so quick little update. We are back into the raid. We are in drawdown right now. I'm not sure why it's taking so long, but remember, the market does what it does, right? It's gonna move at its own pace, not based on how fast you want it to move. So yeah, right now I'm about to go for my coaching call with my members inside the 1% Club, and then after that I got a team meeting with my software team, and then we will come back and check on how our trade is doing. Right? For now, we set and forget. Actually, before I go for my coaching call, I've just realized there's a very good opportunity for me to scale in and add another position on top of my existing position. So what I've actually done is that I've entered for another trade right here, risking another 10 bands over here, and then my stop loss is above this high right here, right? So it's a much tighter stop loss. And the reason why I entered here is because, you know, we got price mitigating that sweep zone right here. And then right now, it came down and then it swept the available liquidity above these highs right here on the 1 minute time frame, and this became like somewhat protected as well, right? So this becomes the new supply sweep zone, and right now price has mitigated that. So yeah, that's where I'm entering, or rather that's where I've already entered. And yeah, my stop loss is just above this high right here. Take profit wise, same thing, I'll just target like this low right here. So now we got 20k running to our TP, right? So let's see how this goes. Okay, so we just got off a coaching call and looks like the trade is going well. Let's see how much we're up right now, baby. Okay, so right now, quick low 24k at the moment, 24k. We're about to make these 50 bands and then we can call it a day, all right? Right, people, let's look at what's going on here in the markets right now. So we pretty much got price taking out this fractal low right here, giving us our fractal market shift, which confirmed to us that price is potentially shifting bearish, but we can't get a further confirmation until price take out this low right here. If price will take out this low, then yeah, there's an internal break of structure, then price is most likely going to shoot down to our take profit. If not, this fractal market shift could just signal that price is potentially shifting bearish to pull back to this last internal high low right there, and then we can potentially shift bullish from here, right? And also we are going into New York session as well, so we have to see what price does, right? But you can see price is pretty much reacting from this demand that we have up here, and there seems to be a bunch of demand stepping into the market. I'm not sure whether there's going to be sufficient supply for price to go down to hit our TP. If not, we might have to close the trade early, right? Because over here it does not look good right now, but this could also mean just like a liquidity sweep to the upside for price to go down even further as well, right? So we're just gonna continue observe what the market does and just adapt and just go from there. I'm not gonna rush to make any decisions on impulse right now. Yeah, but at the same time, if you look at the higher time frames, right, we are indeed still part of this supply chain, and price could just easily take out this low, and then we can just continue bearish, and then price could potentially come down to this low. And you can see this is actually like a demand chain as well, right? So we can potentially expect price to mitigate from this demand and just continue even higher, maybe into this extreme supply before we actually shift bearish on a higher time frame itself, right? So it's like supply chain here, demand chain here. This is extremely beautiful. You can see order flow in play. Damn, the market is arts, man. But yeah, for now, let's just observe what price does. If price were to take out this low, then great. We are most likely going to hit TP in no time, perhaps within the next few hours or so. If price were to take out this high, then oh, that could be bad news. But there is still a chance that, you know, price could potentially be pulling back to this extreme unmitigated supply and then go down even further as well, right? So once again, 50-50. Let's play the game, all right? Oh, hell yeah. What did I say? When it rains, it pours. Motherfucker, I'm gonna make it rain. Yo, you already know. When I put on my headphones, when I put on my AirPods Max, I'm about to get down to business. I'm about to get serious and get locked in. It's like those sweaty gamers who put on their gaming headphones and start fucking building 90s in Fortnite, right? You already know. I'm about to crank. Bro, we are about 32k right now. What did I say? I'm gonna make back the money that I lose. I'm not a gambler. I'm a professional gambler, alright? Oh, bro, I would have taken that trade yesterday. Oh, shut up! My guy, you need to understand there is good losses and then there's bad losses. I took a good loss yesterday, right? 20k? That's market tuition. I'm telling you guys, when I lose a trade and I publicly post it, just know that I'm cooking in the background, alright? Let me cook. Yeah, guys, it's pretty much game over right now. Like, since price take out this low, you know, we got an internal break of structure, which confirmed to us that this market shift was indeed valid. There is nothing else stopping us right now. All of this bullshit trend line thing right here is just liquidity. Price is just gonna come down there, tap into this zone, and then we're gonna call it a day. Like, look at this. There is no opposing demand right here at all. This is all liquidity. This is all retail traders stop losses. This is all your stop loss, bro. Bro, I'm a little bit maniacal in this video, innit? Bro, I'm telling you, I am locked in. I've been sober for like 12 months. I haven't taken a sip of alcohol for like 12 months. Do you know how fucking disciplined I am, bro? Bro, this is gonna be one of the greatest trades of all time, bro. Super 爱的笑容没有你的天空. Price went up there, swept some liquidity above these highs, and now We got an internal break of structure, and now price is about to go down there and smash my TP. As easy as that. This was an easy peasy trade, but I wouldn't have made this amount of money if I quit yesterday. That is why I say, no matter how you feel, just show up every day and you will make money eventually if you have a strategy. But yeah, like I said, from now, it's just gonna be free fall all the way to our TP. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me, huh? If you decide to be rich today, who's gonna stop you? If you want to be profitable today, who's gonna stop you, buddy? Nobody. Nobody. If you decide to be strong today, who's gonna stop you? Nobody, champ. So go out there and be an absolute machine. Yo, you want to see how much we're up right now? Right now, we're up about 46k. 46k, guys. Yesterday, we were down 20k. And I was about to quit trading. Just kidding. Bro, I'm so tempted to hit take profit right now. Like, I'm literally up like 38k right now, man. And my mind is like, take profit. And then the other half is like, stick to the plan, stick to your take profit. Damn. I'm so tempted right now, but nah, I can't. I've got self-control. I'm emotionally mature to let the trade do its thing. Damn, I thought I would have hit TP right now. The sign has already went down. Why hasn't price went down yet? Anyways, we saw price pulling back, and price is just pretty much pulling back to this flip plus sweep zone that we have up here. Not really surprised, right? Fill up the remaining sell orders, and now we can potentially dump and finally hit TP once and for all, because I'm tired of waiting for this shit, man. Nah, I'm actually a super duper patient guy, as you guys can tell, right? Not really reckless or anything. Bro, I've said this time and time again. Temporary defeat isn't failure, it's feedback. The only way you truly lose is if you quit. 45k in the building. Yo, man, the market is just playing right now, bro. I'm so tempted to just close take profit right now. Just secure the money that I've made. You know, we made 30k. It's enough to cover yesterday's losses. But once again, I've realized that it's my weak bitch voice telling me that shit, man. Come on, man. Okay, so it looks like it's finally breaking out of this consolidation that we have right here. Right, look at what happened right here. We got a sideways market for quite some time, and then price went up there. Swept all the available liquidity above all these highs right there. And then there was like a false breakout. Classic New York manipulation. And then right now, price is pushing to the downside, right? So right now, yep, I believe the move is about to happen. It's about to dump, and then we're gonna hit DP, and then we're gonna go to fucking sleep. Because I'm tired of holding this trade. And it's a Friday, and I don't want to hold this trade over the weekend, right? So let's just hit TP and get it over with. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, like, I'm going to be making money anyways. Oh shit, the dump is finally here. We're about to finally hit TP, guys. After the dinosaurs have fucking went extinct. God damn it. Alright guys, so after 7 bloody hours, the trade is finally about to hit our TP. This trade felt like forever, man, for some reason, because it went sideways for so many times. Like, it went sideways here, it went sideways here 3 times, guys. Like, stop playing with me, you know? Look at this upper wick being formed right here. Right, you can see like there's still selling pressure in the market. I do think price is gonna go down even further. I'm still trusting my TP, right? Because once again, I understand price action and how it works. It's potentially just filling out a level of imbalance that we have right here, and then it's just gonna continue just crashing down. Because if you look at the left hand side, right, there is generally like nothing that is stopping from it to go down even further. Like I said, all of this is just liquidity right here that is waiting to be swept, right? So if price want to start spiking up, it has to sweep all these stop losses right here, tap into this point of interest, and then potentially we can get a move to the upside. Bro, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself for trusting my analysis for this trade, man. This trade was a very difficult trade to hold. Quite simply put, it was a bitch. Like, it literally went sideways so many times, and there was so many times where I felt like taking profit, but I didn't. I just continued trusting my analysis, and it's finally about to hit TP. I don't want to jinx it, right? Yeah, price is potentially pulling back to this area right here. It's gonna destroy this. Like, generally, it's gonna destroy this. This is inducement for this point of interest that we have down here, right? Price is just gonna blast through this one as well. Nothing can stand against that internal bearish order flow in New York, baby. That's what I'm saying. I'm about to close it right now. I'm done. I'm actually done. I'm not gonna sit here and see price start reversing and then start going into this massive consolidation before price hit my TP. I just want to go to sleep right now, bro. It's a Friday. I'm trying to wind down, you know what I'm saying? If this candle shift bullish, I'm gonna take everything off. Right now, I'm already like close half of the position right now. Because I genuinely don't want to sit here for another fucking 5 hours and stay up late, man. I just want to go to sleep, bro. I'm about to close everything right now. 46, 8K. This is another 8K. Yeah, I'm closing everything, guys. Alright, guys. So we ended the session with 54.2K in profits. If I held it all the way to TP, didn't take profits a little bit early, it would have been a 65K day. But this is the game, right? Like sometimes it's not about squeezing every dollar out of the market. It's just about stacking consistent wins, managing emotions, and just walking away with money in your account, right? Could I have made more? Yeah, I could have made extra 10K, right? But I did everything within my power to actually stick to my rules and just secure the bag. I'm not gonna lie though, like usually I'll just let it run to the take profit. Like if you guys watch the past few live trading episodes, I just let it run. Like even though price is like a few pips away from my TP, I just let it run. But I guess today, it's probably because I'm somewhat attached to the losses yesterday, right? Since I lost like 20K yesterday. So now I'm thinking, holy shit, I already made like 54K and that's like double of what I've lost. So I'm good, right? So I think that bitch voice was like telling me to close the trade early. And then combined with, you know, like seeing price reversing at the point of interest a few pips away from my TP, yeah, I honestly just got a little bit of emotional because if you look at the market right now, it's just continue just dumping, bro. Like it went past my take profit. But yeah, instead of beating myself over it and feeling guilty for the extra 10K I would have, I could have, I should have made, I just need to remind myself that trading is a marathon. It's not a jackpot. I'll take 54K all day long. Cash is cash, right? But yeah, man, just want to be raw and transparent with you guys because this is honestly like my public trading journal. You know, I've just been documenting all my wins and losses since 3 years ago, my emotions. But yeah, as you guys can see in this video, I am not 100% robotic because I'm still a human at the end of the day. Yes, I've been trading for like 6 years and I'm much more aware of my emotions and my shortcomings and my weaknesses and my feelings when it actually arises. Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, like I just still can't 100% control my emotion. And I think that's what trading is about. It's about getting less attached over time rather than becoming completely detached, right? Like that could be the goal that I'm gonna be aiming for within the next 1 year or so. But for now, I'm just grateful that I'm so much less emotional than I used to like 6 years ago. Right, like I might get emotional like once a month now compared to last time it was like once a day, right? So yeah, that's just the raw reality of trading. As you guys know, I don't sugarcoat things. I just tell it as it is, all right? Good night. So it's only Tuesday and so far I've already made about 35.9K day trading this week. And I'm only 22 years old. Like money doesn't even feel real at this point. That is why I say that this game will genuinely change your life if you treat it like a business. Yo, I clutched this shit. 1 pip away from stop loss, guys. Professional gambler in the building. So I was supposed to set it at 1.1207, but I fucking set it at 1.207. So I'm still in the trade right now. Ain't gonna complain though. Look at this shit right now. I make trading look effortless, not because of luck, but because I've put in the work. This is hours and hours of backtesting. Late nights staring at the charts when everyone else was sleeping. There were days, weeks and months where I would rewatch the same setups over and over again and just journal down every single mistake that I commit when I'm trading. I've seen this happen play out 100 times before, so when it happens again, I don't flinch whatsoever. So quite simply put, I came, I saw, and I conquered. What's good, people? So we're actually about to go to the gym, but then I went to the charts and I saw a good old opportunity, and you know, I just can't help myself, man. When I see a good, pretty opportunity, I just gotta enter into the trade, man. I can't help it, right? Like, I've been waiting years for this shit, man. Anyways, we are on EURUSD right now at the moment, right? So we got a break of structure to the upside over here, and then price pullback to this demand. clear as day, bread and butter, enter for a long after we got price sweeping the liquidity below this low. And we also got a little fractal market shift right here, which tells us that this pullback is over, bitches. And yeah, right now we pretty much enter for a long right here, risking about 1% as usual. You know, I'm fucking disciplined, you know what I'm saying? And then right now we are just taking profit at here. Oh, this is the ugly risk to reward. This is actually a pretty shit risk to reward. What's it do? Come on, man. But you know what? Whatever. Cash is cash. Like I said, cash is cash. I'm just gonna quickly get in and out of this trade right here. A quick little scalp. And then later, we are gonna look for our short position right here at this point of interest right here. Remember the last trade, we entered for a sell somewhere around here because we are trying to trade with this supply chain. We're going to do the exact same thing, right? Because I think that this supply chain is just going to continue and price is just going to go down even lower into maybe this area right here. So yeah, I'm going to look for quick longs right here, take profit over here, fast in, fast out, you know, just ejaculate and evacuate. That's what I did at 18 years old. Nothing to change. Nah, just kidding. All right, cool. So now just gonna set and forget, leave this trade on to hit my TP, and then we're just gonna go to the gym, and then when we come back, hopefully price is at our point of interest, and then we can look for shorts. Yo, we literally just got back from the gym, and look at where price is at right now. It's at 1.122. And you know what? I made a very silly mistake, but it's a lucky mistake. I set my TP at 1.207. So I was supposed to set it at 1.1207, but I fucking set it at 1.207. So I'm still in the trade right now. Ain't gonna complain though. Look at this shit right now. But then since price is still going up, you know, we can potentially sweep this high before price start crashing. And you know what? I'm just gonna start taking profit real soon, like right now. Right there, quick little 18K. Now we're out of the first position. Alright, so right now just gonna go shower first, and then we will come back and try to look for some short positions after we find our entry models. Well, looks like we're not shorting anymore. Imagine entering for a sell right here just because you want to prove that you're right. Man, you must be the most stupidest trader on earth. This is exactly why I say that once price gets to a point of interest, don't just enter blindly. Look for the extra confirmation. Look for evidence to support your trade idea. So in this particular scenario, price reached to my point of interest, right? And I wanted to look for short because I see confluences on the charts itself. But remember, you only see what you want to see. You're projecting your belief onto the market itself, rather than being objective and perceiving the market for what it actually is. So in this particular scenario, instead of, you know, sitting here thinking that, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna enter for sell right here because my ego is trying to prove to the market that I'm right, I'm detached. I'm telling myself that the internal order flow is still bullish, and in fact, it's so goddamn bullish and so goddamn huge that I just now gonna be even think about looking to sell anymore. You know, right now the market sentiment has changed. Price has literally went from a bearish structure, lower high, lower low. This was the last lower high that broke structure, to creating like a bullish order flow, right? Since we got a market shift right now. Now, I'm no longer looking for shorts whatsoever. I'm gonna be looking for longs. And this ability to adapt only comes when, you know, you have been trading for so goddamn long right now, and you are no longer trading your own belief about the market, but actually trading what the market actually is. Sometimes price should right past your take profit just like this. And it hurts. I know, because I could have made 50K on this trade. Last week, the exact same shit happened to me. I could have made 100K on that trade. But the moment you start thinking, damn, I should have held longer. Oh, I could have made 20K. Oh, I would have, I should have. Bro, here's the truth. You didn't know it was gonna go that far. Nobody knew. You don't know. I don't know. Allah doesn't know. Maybe Allah knew. But just don't sit there sulking, right? Don't get greedy and shit. Take what the market gave you. Because the moment you start expecting more than your system planned for, like moving your take profit when price just blasts right through it, or even just removing it as a whole, that's the moment you start gambling, not trading. So be grateful. Take what the market gave you. The market doesn't owe you shit. I'm not gonna sit here and tell myself, oh, I made 55K last week, but I only made 18K today. No, bro. I'm happy I made 18K today. I don't give a fuck how much I make. I know for a fact that it doesn't matter. If you want to be happy, be grateful. Not when you make your first 100K, not when you quit your job, not when you finally buy your dream car. Be grateful right now. It took me such a long time to understand this, but the fastest cheat code to happiness is to practice gratitude every single day. Because the moment you stop chasing what's next and you actually start appreciating what you already have, everything changes. You stop comparing yourself to Kim Kardashian. You stop complaining about how that 20-year-old just made $1 million a month and you are still working a 9-to-5 job. And you actually start living. And that's really all that matters. Like, just look around you right now. If you got a roof over your head, you got food in the fridge, and you got people who genuinely care and love you, you're already rich in so many ways that money can't buy. So yeah, guys, like, don't wait until life is perfect, then you can finally be happy. Just be happy right now. And ironically, when you actually become grateful of the things that you have right now, the things that you want actually starts coming to you much faster. And I know this might sound like some voodoo self-improvement bullshit, but this is something that has really like played out in my entire life. Alright, gents, so New York session is about to start very soon. We found our second trading opportunity for the day itself, and that is on EURUSD again, right? So what happened was that we wanted to look for sales right here, but then I put that bias aside because of the fact that the internal order flow was way too bullish, right? So I didn't want to go against this, right? Like, trying to go against this would be trying to catch a falling knife in like an inverted way, right? So it's not a good idea. Trying to catch a rising knife? Nah, that's not a good term for it. Anyways, yeah, like, price just blasts right through all our previous supply chain. It's crazy how the market is. That's why it's so important for you to understand the higher time frame order flow, right? If you look at the higher time frame order flow, we got a market shift over here, and then once that happens, right, we know for a fact that we are still within that bullish swing pullback. And we know for a fact that why the price actually shifted bullish in the first place. It's so that it can facilitate the pullback into this last lower high that we have up here. And if you zoom out to even the higher time frame, like the 4-hour, you will see that this entire thing is just a pullback, right? So this entire thing is just a pullback. So if we try to actually enter for a sell right here, just know that it's going to be a very short-term play. We're just trying to capitalize on like this very short 1-hour pullback. Get in fast, get out fast, like what I said just now, right? So I'm not trying to aim for price to go down even further, because we know for a fact that the higher time frame is supporting this bullish bias, right? So going back to the 5-minute time frame itself, we know for a fact that price has literally reached all the way up here at our 15-minute swing high, right? Our extreme swing high is literally the last line of defense for price to remain bearish, right? So I wouldn't say that this is the highest probability setup, but if you want to actually look for shorts, this would be the best place to do it because of the fact that it's really the extreme zone. And yeah, this is where it's much more likely for price to start making that dip pullback. And also another thing is, if you look at the market right now, it's so overextended. Price is all the way up here right now, so it's only a matter of time until price starts pulling back. And the question becomes, where exactly is price going to pull back to, right? So if we draw our premium and discount to from here to here, we know for a fact that there's a chance that price is going to pull back to somewhere within this discount pricing itself. And then if we look at the last internal break of structure, you'll be like right here, right? This is the last internal break of structure. And you can see there's so much imbalance that we have over here going on here, right? So yeah, so if I mark up this entire zone right there, this is where we're going to be targeting. Yeah, but bear in mind that I don't really have much expectation for this trade itself. I'm not expecting to hit TP like today. I'm just going to let the trade do its thing, right? It could hit TP today or tomorrow or the next 3 days for all I care. I'm just going to be, once again, just setting and forget, just ensuring that I'm placing the stop loss at the right place, which is above this lower high right here. We got a failed reaction right there. So yeah, we just place it above that high right there. Above that little flip zone that we have over here, right? There's a chance that price is potentially going to pull back to this point of interest. And then, yeah, price is just going to dump. Okay, so right now, just going to go for D-null and then come back and look at how the trade goes. If we get stopped out, it is what it is. We have already up like 18k today, right? So we got a little bit of profit buffer to play with. All right, so we are back from D-null, and as you guys can see, price is just dumping right now like a damn truck. So am I surprised that price is going down right now? Hell no. Bro, I didn't know that the drop is about to be nasty. Like Cardi B nasty shit, bro. Like, it's gonna be like really nasty. That's all I gotta say, bro. Alright, so 3 minutes away from 9 p.m, right? I'm expecting a huge amount of liquidity to be stepping into the market right now, having like the New York boost, you know what I'm saying? The take profit seems to be placed at the correct place, in my opinion. right? You can see we got price creating a bullish breakout structure to the upside, and right now price is potentially pulling back to this previous demand range that we have right here. Mitigate it before it go up even further, or you could even just continue the 1 hour bearish order flow as well. Let the games begin. Like I said, we're getting down to business in New York session, boys. Right, so it's just gonna let price do its thing right now. You know, just set and forget, baby. Dude, look at this shit. It's just free falling right now, bro. It's actually crazy. So the other day, my friend asked me this question. Bro, are you ever surprised when price move exactly how you expected it to move? So I looked at him right in the eyes and said, why the fuck would I be surprised? I make trading look effortless, not because of luck, but because I've put in the work. This is hours and hours of backtesting. Late night staring at the charts when everyone else was sleeping. There were days, weeks and months where I would rewatch the same setups over and over again and just journal down every single mistake that I commit when I'm trading. I've seen this happen play out 100 times before, so when it happens again, I don't flinch whatsoever. That's the difference between me and you. I don't hope for the best. I know for a fact that price is gonna do this. And I still fully embrace the fact that trading is not a game of certainty, but a game of probabilities. So I could see this setup play out 1,000 times, but the next time, it might not work, right? It's just part of the game. So quite simply put, I came, I saw, and I conquered. Yo, the market is going crazy again, right? After we get that little pullback. Look, I genuinely don't get people who trade with indicators. Like, price action tells you everything you need to know. Market structure tells you everything you need to know. It tells you the order flow. It tells you who is in control of price. Like, for example, right now, I can see that supply is clearly in control because we are clearly creating lower highs and lower lows right here. And creating this immense selling pressure to break the last structure, right? So right now, we're expecting price to take out this low right here and just continue this bearish order flow. Now, if price wants to go up there and take out this high right here, then we know that the internal order flow is shifting bullish and demand has overpowered supply. In that case, it may no longer be valid to look for shorts anymore, unless price shows you otherwise. Right? You can see the market tells me everything, bro. Like, why the fuck do you need stupid lines and triangles and circles on your chart? Honestly, this might be my controversial belief, but yeah, I just don't get it, man. But Brad, professional traders, hedge fund traders use RSI and MACD. Bro, shut up, bro. You're not a hedge fund trader, alright? You are probably like a retail noob who's struggling to even choose the right settings for RSI, buddy. Get the fuck out of here, bro. End of the day, man, I've said this time and time again, but I'm just gonna say it again. But you gotta develop your own edge, right? If indicators work for you, by all means, go ahead and use it, right? There's nothing stopping you. The goal is not to have the cleanest chart. The goal is to make money, right? So if it works for you, by all means, go ahead. I'm not a hater. I'm just a naysayer. So I was looking at MetaTrader 4 and I got confused. Like, why am I making so less money? I'm only up about 12k and price is already all the way down here. Then that is when I realized that my entry wasn't here, right? It was not as nice as I thought it was. It's like somewhere around here. And I'm pretty sure spreads has got to do with that as well, right? But yeah, entries here, take profit all the way down there. So this is about a 1:4R trade-ish, 1:4R trade. Damn, it's crazy to say that I'm only up 12k. If this was me, even like just 3 years ago, I'll be shocked, bro. Like being up 12k and price is still having like 3R more to go. Bro, that's crazy. Shit is crazy nowadays, man. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna hold this trade overnight, make this a little swing trade, and then hopefully when I wake up, price hit my TP and not my stop loss. Alright. Good morning, legends. So price is already halfway to take profit, and we're up about 38k at the moment, and I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. That's how you know it's gonna be a good day. It's a lovely day when you wake up, you check the charts, and you see that you're not stopped out whatsoever. And the trade's running smooth like butter. Smooth like butter. Man, this is why I love mechanical systems. While other traders are sweating and panicking, I'm just here sipping tea, waiting to get paid. Okay, this is actually water. It's actually still a little bit too early for tea. Okay, look at exactly where price pulled back to. Price literally pulled back to our flip zone that we have up here. That swept available liquidity, and then now it's dumping again. And the reason why price actually pulled back up to this area is because it swept some liquidity from this low right here. So this allowed smart money to get sufficient liquidity to have like this short-term breakout to the upside. And then when that happens, price come up there, down into the flip zone, right? and then it also sweeping, you know, some liquidity that we have above this last lower high right here, right, where we know that retail traders are going to be placing their stop loss if they enter for a sell right here. Okay, so it looks like price has made such a deep pullback into our flip plus sweep zone that we have up here. Honestly, I don't really like the price action, right, but I do think that when London session open later, price is potentially going to come down after it swept the Asia high or some shit, right? So right now I'm not too worked up about this. Just like I said, it's not the best price action, right? Because price can just go into the red again. But yeah, let's just hold this and see how it goes. But GJ short is going well though. Alright guys, so I'm probably gonna like change my take profit because the entire bias have changed. Right, the reason why we actually wanted to short it down here is because we were trying to ride this pullback, right? So we're trying to short the pullback, and that ideally is only valid if price is in the pullback phase itself. But over here you can see that price has finished pulling back, right, when price actually went up there and take out the last lower high. So this pretty much signaled to me that, you know, the internal order flow is shifting from bearish to bullish. So right now, most likely price is not going to come all the way down here, right? Not 100%, there's still a chance that price will go down here, but it's lower probability now since price has literally came down here, mitigated like this demand that we have within like the discount zone itself, right? So right now you can see internal is bullish. So if I were to map out the order flow, we see that price is potentially mitigating this flip plus sweep zone, and then where can it pull back to? It can potentially pull back to this area that we have down here. And since internal order flow has shifted bullish, there's a very high chance that price will just continue creating higher highs and higher lows, and then just go up there and eventually take out this high to continue that higher time frame bullish order flow that we have right there, right? So I'm not really counting for price to go down to my take profit anymore, so I have to be tactical about it. So that is where I'm thinking like, where is the best place for me to get out right now? And obviously I don't want to get stopped out, so I'll say that I can probably get out somewhere right around here when price starts pulling back to this point of interest that we have down here, and then that will be a optimum place to actually get out. So I've literally changed my take profit from here all the way up to like somewhere right around here. You can see how bullish price is right now. Okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell, oh my god, no, price is still gonna go in my way like a fucking delusional little girl. No, I'm just gonna like, you know, adjust and just adapt to the market. Alright, looks like we are gonna get stopped out very, very soon for the EU trade. It's such a pity because I was genuinely confident that price is gonna hit my take profit, right? So I don't know, man. The market does what it wants to do, right? So you can see price pretty much pull back to this area right here, and then right now internal is bullish. A part of me is still hoping that price goes down. Not gonna lie, I'm still hesitating to like close the trade manually right now. If I do, I can just take half the loss instead of like having price go all the way up to my TP, right? But at the same time, I kind of can see that price is potentially pulling back up to this extreme point of interest, and then maybe you can get a move to the downside, and then maybe prices get stuck in this like consolidation right here. Yeah, but I don't know whether that's my delusional thinking or that's what the market is actually gonna do. Most likely the first. Like this situation is just not looking good. I'm just trying to get out with like some form of profit. Yo, but at least our GJ trade is going not bad though. Like it's very, very near our take profit right now. You can see it's very, very near it, but I haven't fucking tapped into it yet, right? I don't want price to start reversing against me, so I'm just gonna hold it out. Bro, I'm still hoping that price is gonna go down though, even though price is like, I don't know, a few pips away from my stop loss. Come on, just go down, bro. I'm a professional gambler, alright? Either you get me out of the casino or you just let me bet on black. Alright guys, I'm not being delusional. Look at this. I'm not being delusional. I'm being very objective right now. Look, there's selling pressure right now at this point of interest here. It's time to go down, alright? It's time to go down. Don't make me slap you in the face. Yeah, you can see right here, price reacting from this little flip that we have up here as well. Tapping into the extreme zone as well. So yeah, we could potentially shift down anytime soon right now. Yeah, you can see clear as day, selling pressure, price go up there, sweep this high right here, and then potentially sweeping this push inducement here as well. We can potentially get a move to the downside right now. So right now, yeah, because of the fact that it's like the internal order flow is bullish, so I'm gonna manage my expectation. Yes sir, yes sir, finally going down, bro. Finally, I've been waiting for this moment since yesterday. Right, please, London, please. Let me go back into the green. I hate being the red, bro. Bro, I shit you not. We were like 1 pip away from stop loss. We were 1 pip away from getting stopped out, guys. We are saved by the gods of Forex. Man, it feels good to see price going down. Could we make this like a third? Oh, don't jinx it. Do not jinx it. Do not jinx it, Brad. I swear to God, man. Yo! I clutched this shit. I clutched this shit. Look at this thing, guys. You literally can't make this up. 1 pip away from stop loss, guys. Professional gambler in the building. The honest to God, I've never been this lucky in my entire trading career. Like, I've never seen this actually happen to me. I only seen it in videos of it happening to other traders, but I've never seen it happening to myself, where price can literally go 1 pip away from your stop loss and just start reversing. This shit is crazy, man. Alright guys, so I did close like half of the position right now. Honestly, I just wanted this trade to get back to break even, right? I just didn't want to take that 10k L. So I was like, you know what, if price get to break even, I'm gonna close half of it, and I did. So now I have the other half, right, which is around like 5k, just running to wherever it wants to run, right? So this way I'm pretty much like risk-free. Like, not technically risk-free, but like it's low risk, right? 5k, whatever, you know? And I'll just like let it run to like this area that we have down here. And then if it doesn't, I have like a super duper tight stop loss in place at break even. So yeah, so it's pretty much risk-free, right? If price goes up there, I get stopped out. Guess what? I get tapped out at break even. And then if price goes down, hit my TP. Great. Perfect. It's gonna be a lovely day. Alright, so yep, we're out of this trade at break even. It is what it is. Like I said, no complaints whatsoever. I'm stoic as hell. Oh my god, this thing wasn't recording when I was hitting TP on my GJ trade. Right? So what happened was that I actually entered this morning somewhere over here. And then my stop loss was like originally above this lower high right here, but I move it below this zone right here because it makes a lot of sense since price is all the way down there. And I wanted to take profit at this next supply that we have down here, but price didn't reach that. So I went down to the lower time frame and I saw that the price action was getting a little bit weird, right? Price was like reversing and I saw signs that, you know, it's going up and shit. So I didn't want to hold it all the way just to see price come all the way up here. So I end up taking profit like somewhere right around here, which explains why we made like only 17k instead of like the full 20-ish k. So it's only Tuesday and so far I've already made about 35.9k day trading this week. And I'm only 22 years old. Like, money doesn't even feel real at this point. That is why I say that this game will genuinely change your life if you treat it like a business. Now listen guys, a few years ago, I made a conscious decision to go all in on trading. The funny thing is I literally got accepted into my dream university. I was about to go in there and get an MBA and graduate and just work at an investment bank. But I turned it down. Everyone thought I was crazy. Like, my friends were out there celebrating their university acceptances, and I was at home watching trading courses on 2x speed, trying to make sense of the candlesticks and the price action. While others were planning their campus life and how much fun they're gonna have, I was blowing accounts after accounts and questioning if I was making the biggest mistake of my life. But deep down, I knew that I couldn't live a normal life. I didn't want to be average. I didn't want to be safe. I wanted true freedom. I wanted to wake up one day and know that I made it. Not just because of a degree or a job title, but because I bet on myself and I won. Fast forward to right now. I sometimes make more money in one day than most people do in years. And money just doesn't feel real anymore. And what's even more unreal is just looking back and realizing that one decision changed everything. So if you're watching this and you see me living my dream life right now, understand that I'm no one special. I was just like you, perhaps even in the worst position than you are in right now. And the only reason why I got here today is not necessarily because I work harder than you, but it's because I work smart. I found my edge and I just go all in on trading and I had no plan B whatsoever. So yeah, my friends, go out there and work towards your goals because nobody is coming to save you. And later on, price just went out there, smashed our TP, made about 35k on this trade itself. But because we lost 11k on this trade, so that's about 24k for the day. Understand that if you want to win in this game of trading, stop trying to beat the market. Flow with it. Be formless. Be adaptable. Be like water, my friend. And that's why I win. And that's why I'm a consistently profitable trader and you're not. So we are in the trade right now. So let me just show you why I actually entered for a buy right here. Even though, you know, we are heavily bearish on the 1 minute time frame. Reason is very simple. If I go up to, let's say, the 5 minute time frame, we already got like a very clear fractal market shift to the upside right here, which confirmed to us that, you know, there's a shift in order flow from bearish to bullish. And then right now, you know, we got an internal break of structure to confirm that this market shift is indeed valid, right? So internal order flow is actually bullish right now. So I'm expecting price to create another higher low right here before we push to the upside. And that is when I ask myself, where is the available liquidity, right? Because I've marked up my point of interest, I've marked up my demand zone that I want to be trading with, that is aligned with the higher time frame order flow. And then the next question I ask myself is, okay, what must happen before price can actually react from this area and head up? It must sweep some form of liquidity, right? So the next question becomes, okay, where is the available liquidity, right? We know that there is equal lows right here, so liquidity is available below these lows, but it has already been swept when price came down there earlier on. And then now there is also equal lows being formed right here, right? Which induced the retail traders to enter for a long position early right here. So once again, same thing, a lot of stop losses below these lows. So yeah, I was just very patiently waiting for that to be swept. And then also price step into our 1 minute unmitigated demand right here. You can see this is a fresh unmitigated demand zone, which indicate clear signs of imbalance, right? So yeah, this is where we are actually entering the trade on, right? So very high probability trade right here. Just gonna be placing my stop loss below the 1 minute point of interest. I'm potentially even targeting like this area right here. Look at this, lads, right? Like we are already getting a reaction from this 1 minute demand zone that we have down here. Once again, this is an extremely high probability zone because first of all, this is fresh and unmitigated, right? Price has not tapped into it whatsoever. That means there's some pending buy orders within this point of interest. Second of all, it led to a break of structure. And third of all, you can see there is a lot of imbalance, right? So you can see this is clear as day institutional zone that smart money actually enter into the market initially, right? So the minute price came down, tapped into this point of interest, we know for a fact that you can potentially get a sharp reaction, a very strong reaction, especially when there is also available liquidity sitting above it as well. So pretty much stop loss is below that 1 minute demand, because this is the level which will invalidate this trade ideal, right? If this point of interest fail and go down even further, then we know that we are wrong and we get out with like a small loss. Boom! Let's go! Let's get it! Let's get it! That's what I'm talking about. Bro, actually, market mechanics is cheat codes, man. I've said it time and time again, but understanding how the market works, understanding liquidity and order flow, damn, I need to start scalping more, guys. Like, this level of precision is unreal, bro. You can tell there's like a bunch of buying pressure in the market right now as well. If you just look at the candlesticks alone, right? You can see all of these candlesticks are leaving like a very long lower wick, which means that the sellers try to push the price down, right? But because there's an overwhelming amount of buying pressure by the institutions at this area, they are pushing the price up. That's what creates all these candlesticks with like a very long lower wick, right? So you can see right now, clear as day, buying pressure, selling pressure still trying to overwhelm the buyers. But the buyers are saying, hell nah. And then it's like pushing price up right now. You can see candlesticks tell you everything. You just gotta pay attention. I'm dropping some chart source right here, guys. So please take all these source in, right? Just like swallow all of this sauce that I'm giving you right now. All of this shit for free? Like, this is crazy, bro. Alright, so we are done trading for the day itself. I was so locked in for the past like few hours or so that I didn't realize that I wasn't recording this entire thing. But anyways, we got stopped on the first trade, right? You can see on this trade itself, when we entered for a long position at this area, I thought that the internal order flow was actually bullish and price was actually gonna go up right now, right? But that obviously did not happen. Now, was this a high probability trade setup? I'll say it's more of like a medium probability trade setup. The main reason is because like if you look at the higher time frame, we are stuck in these like choppy market conditions. Obviously not the ideal scenario to be trading, right? Because the higher time frame order flow is just like very, it's not even clear, right? So in this case, I'll say this is a medium probability setup because after we did got our confluences and we did identify that this was a good point of interest to actually enter the trade idea from. And as you can see, the lower time frame order flow was also bullish as well. So this is what I call a good loss, right? Which is basically a loss that you incur after following your trade plan. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I pretty much just sat there and reevaluate my position because I knew for a fact that if price took out this low right here, this swing low, we are potentially shifting bearish, right? The internal order flow is shifting bearish. So over here, price actually took out that low, created a lower high, and then goes down even further. Oh, this is where I know it's game over. You know, it's time to actually switch bearish. And then what happened next is that price actually went up there to mitigate this supply that we have up here, and he also swapped the available liquidity above these equal highs right here. So when we got that, this was actually like the perfect time to start looking for some short position. So I actually entered for a sell somewhere right around here, placed my stop loss above this lower time frame supply that we have down here, and we just take profit at the next 15-minute demand zone, right? As simple as that. And later on, price just went down there, smashed our TP, made about 35k on this trade itself. But because we lost 11k on this trade, so that's about 24k for the day. Overall, can't complain, man. We still managed to secure 24k even though we were down 10k at the start of the day itself. But yeah, like I said, this is what happens when you adapt to the market very, very fast. You know, Bruce Lee once said, "Be water, my friend." And what does that really mean for us traders? Well, water is shapeless. It adapts, it flows, or it crashes. And that's exactly how you need to be as a trader. Some days, the market gives you a very clean setup just like this, and you flow with it. And there's some other days where the market is choppy and uncertain, so you stay still. And some days, you take a L, you take a hit just like this, but like water, you don't hold on. You move on to the next trade ideal. You keep flowing with the market. Now, when I started trading, I used to fight the market a lot. I'll force trades when there is no opportunity. I would chase move rather than letting the market come to me. But once I started learning how to flow, right, to respond and react to what the market is doing, everything changed, right? I stopped needing to be right. And I started focusing on execution, on discipline, on being like water. Understand that if you want to win in this game of trading, stop trying to beat the market. Flow with it. Be formless, be adaptable, be like water, my friend. That's how you survive and scale in this game. And I think one of my biggest strengths as a trader is that I have no ego whatsoever when I'm trading. Like I see over here where I got stopped out, I don't feel the need to be right. I don't sit there and sulk. I just know that I need to follow my edge. So I reevaluated the situation, look for the next trade opportunity, and when that comes up, I execute without hesitation, reservation, or fear. And that's why I win. And that's why I'm a consistently profitable trader and you're not. Now, looking back at this video, it really hit me how far I've came. Like, younger Brad would have been happy making 10k a month from trading. Like, that used to feel impossible. And now I'm doing 6 figures a month? And honestly, like, it still feels surreal sometimes. But understand that none of this happened overnight. It came from showing up every single day, losing, learning, refining my edge, and sticking to a system that actually works. So if you're going through that losing phase right now, where nothing seems to be working out, where every single trading strategy that you apply onto the market just doesn't seem to be working, where you are getting stopped out constantly over and over again, and you are blowing accounts after accounts, just know that you gotta keep going. Just know that this is possible for you too. You just gotta wake up every single day, put one foot in front of the other, and do not stop. Because all you need to do is to last long enough in this game until you get to that point where you figure out your unique edge. Once you do, you find out what actually works for you, you find out a proven trading strategy, you are consistently profitable. It's just a matter of time until you receive these results. Like, all you have to do left is to scale your account to 6 and 7 figures. Because the only reason why I can make such a huge amount of profits, like 6 figures a month, is because I have a large trading account. Like, if you look at my trading strategy, it's nothing unique. My average R multiple per trade is 3R, which is nothing special. And when I'm losing 1R, right? So it's generally not a difficult strategy. Like, the only difference between me and a guy who's making 10k a month from trading is that I have a larger account than him. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not trying to flip my $100 account to a $1,000 account anymore. I'm just good trading with my multi-6 figures account, earning about 5 to 6% a month. Like, that's good for me. So with that said, let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see me do more videos just like this, breaking down every single trade at the end of each month. It could be like this monthly trade recap thing where I just go through all the trades that I've taken for the month itself. Or you can just subscribe to my second channel, Brad Trades, where I'm literally documenting every single win and loss. Like, I'm literally documenting publicly my journey to making $1 million in trading profit on there. So if you want to learn how to trade like a professional with real examples and real execution, just go and subscribe to my second channel, Brad Trades. And don't forget, if you're serious about mastering this game, just go and grab my free market mechanics blueprint course. And like, I've literally spent so much time building this free course. Like, it's unbelievable that I'm giving so much value for completely free. People are literally charging you thousands of dollars for something just like this, and I'm giving it to you for free. So what's there to lose? Like, it's literally everything I wish I had when I was starting out. If I could go back in time and hand younger Brad this market mechanics blueprint, he would have become profitable like 5 years earlier. But yeah, I don't have a time machine. At least not yet. So Just click the link in the description and go and get the free course right now. And as always, remember, you're just one trade away.